I have an Alfifi hook here. We're going to do some big wall gear brake tests in this video, and it all comes from Skots wall gear. Scott Richards makes a whole bunch of stuff out of his garage. He's been doing it for years. He's done a lot of walls, and it's really nice to have somebody who's willing to do a bunch of custom stuff that doesn't necessarily scale well if a big company was to do it. So he plays an essential role in our big wall community, and I really appreciate him doing that. So we're going to break his Alfifi rivet hangers, 3 different diameters of cable. We have a Bivy Belt, so you can sleep better at night without all these gear loops on you.
The whoopsie daisy?
The whoopsie daisy. We also have his version of the Metolius Easy Daisy, but it has a 1-inch webbing, and we're going to brake test this. So this is the Alfifi. This buckle is very similar to the Yates buckle, but it has this hook that's welded on there. I girth hitch it directly into my harness, not on my gear loops. And that way I can, when I cinch it down, it gets me as close to the piece as possible if it's really steep terrain. Something I want to clarify that we didn't clarify super well in the Big Walls series was you're not supposed to put this in the climbing hanger. The carabiner that's also in there, it will bend this. And this is not strong in this orientation. It's strong in this orientation. And so that's how we're going to test it in the slack snap machine right now. There are parts of this I hate doing. That is destroying nice gear. It's just crazy how fast you can destroy something. Oh, snap. The buckle doesn't work. I think it
Oh, yeah.
jacked up the side plates.
Yep.
If I were to take a whipper on this, because I'm top stepping and for some reason I slip or whatever and I fall on it, I might straighten it out like this. I wonder if I take my big wall hammer, if I can like kind of get it to function again. Rarely do I try to repair gear here. If I was on a wall, how would I do this? Oh, let's see if I can just, like, I don't want to just using the clamp. Oh, that's, you can bend that with my strength. And that's not very much strength, by the way, in case you were wondering how many kilonewtons that was.
Yeah.
You'd have to be able to, like, get it in something.
I think the hook straightened out too.
Well, yeah, the hook is definitely not as hooky, but I'm trying to make it like so you can still use it, because that right now is not very usable. Not unless you got some big balls. Even more releasable. Ah.
That.
All that college didn't go to waste. I didn't go to college. This definitely needs like big wall Viagra. It's pretty damn sad.
Your pecker's looking a lot smaller now.
Sadder. I think Scott was curious if it would make it way worse or work hardening might happen. Anyways, not nearly as good as when we originally got it, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
hey,
Better than before.
Better than before. This is how to improve your Alfifi. Just don't fall on it, okay, guys? I think this is just a great example of like, you don't want to put it in a bolt hanger and then like sit your body weight on it, because I can literally bend it like that. It literally comes in every box. Do not hook the Alfifi to bolt hanger. Let's destroy the webbing. I put a soft shackle in here so we can just kind of see what the webbing and the buckle does.
2, 3, 5, 6.
Well, it doesn't slip at all. Breaks in the back of the buckle. There's that side. Breaks like webbing. Let's find out how strong this webbing is. There's 3 bar tacks here, and we just put in the web lock to get the most strength out of there as we can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
14 out of the webbing, breaks 10 in the buckle, and straightens out at around 5 or 6. These are Scott's adjustable daisies. They're 1-inch webbing instead of, I think, whatever the Metolius Easy daisies are. Same idea. You lift up on the black strap in order to release it, and you tension this side in order to tension. What's nice about this over, let's say, the Yates buckle is if you're not adjusting things a lot, the Yates buckles are heavy, just like the Alfifi hook is kind of heavy. But you're using one and you're using it all the time, so you can justify the weight. If you're just adjusting these for putting these on your ladders and using the Alfifi hook to move up your pieces, this is great. If you're just adjusting this to use your ascenders and jug up a wool, these are great. If you're going to clip a piece and then tension yourself every time and then try to release yourself every time, they're not super smooth, right? That's not what this type of buckle and system is. And so I don't recommend these for that. If you are going to be 2-to-1ing your body all the way up El Capitan, you might want to go with the Yates buckles. Just grab at the base of the buckle here, and that's what releases it. And then that's what tensions it. We're not girth hitching it, we're just clipping it directly into the carabiner.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yeah, he told me, I think 8 kilonewtons, and so we're getting more than he's quoting, so that's great. So he uses the Austria Alpine buckles. How's this side? Broken! Imagine that. We turned it around, re-threaded it back in. We're gonna try to get another test out of this. Go for it, John.
All right, go. Buckles look good.
Buckles are holding up great. Oh, it welded itself from heat.
That's...
If you don't have a Bartek machine, you can just use a brake test machine to...
But how did it get so hot up here?
I don't know. We put the soft key in there, and we're gonna see if this will break right there.
Oh.
We broke the Austria Alpine buckle. Let's see if we can break that stitching. Yeah, at least we broke the stitching.
Yep.
Stitching's super good enough. So this is the Bivy Belt. I'm gonna see how comfortable it is. I'm sure it's plenty strong enough. The problem is, will it hurt you really bad before, you know, it catches you? I just put one of the other adjustable daisies on here. Just tension myself up here on what pulls up our dummy for the drop tower. And I'll let you know how bad it hurts. Oh, I mean, oh man.
Not good?
You're not supposed to hang in it. You're supposed to just not fall out of bed. But if you did, oh, you still might break a rib. I have before just girth hitched and then tied off so it wouldn't cinch. Girth hitched a Dyneema sling around me. That would just cut me down to the spine. I don't. It makes the body recovery easier.
Yeah, two pieces.
Into 2 pieces. It makes carrying me out easier, really. So, I don't know. If you don't want to sleep with a harness on, this is the next best thing. Let's go break it. It's the buckle, and this is where you're supposed to connect, apparently. Oh, that's got to be a cool graph.
17.4.
Dang! Way stronger than your ribs. So you can see that seatbelt webbing he puts in that foam. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
It's like dissecting a frog. I really appreciate Scott thinking that I'm a 30-inch waist. Means a lot to me. He'll make basically custom anything you want. You kind of just email him. You can order the stuff he has on his shop. Custom slings for the hooks, so you don't have a big old knot on the hook. Pretty cool rope bags, single, double, poop tubes. He'll rebuckle and restrap your whole portaledge for you and custom add loops to the whole thing, whatever you want. Let's test some of his rivets, and we're gonna put them directly on a bolt stud to see how they would perform on, I guess, a 3/8 inch bolt is what we'll test it on. So there's 2 different kinds of rivet hangers. You have the butterfly and you have the cinch. Don't get that confused with this because this actually cinches tighter. Sometimes if you don't want to cinch it up too hard, making it difficult for your follower to clean and make them last longer, you can actually clip both loops, which we'll test, and then just tighten it up to connect your quick draw on there. But this is also free floating enough in order to cinch down over a rivet head. If the rivet head is smashed in too deep, you have to use a thinner cable like this, which is 1/16 inch. This is typically what I'm grabbing is the 3/32 inch. And I typically like the butterflies, but I carry both on my harness. And then 1/8 inch is this fatter one, and it seems to be pretty burly. You sometimes don't get to put that over a bolt. Now for body weight, I'm not really putting on, you know, anything more than that. Okay, let's do it again, but we'll pull on 1 this time. Oh, that just doesn't sound like it very much.
That is not as good.
Really?
That's 1.64.
Whoa. Would you stand 2,000 feet off the ground on one of these?
No. I wouldn't stand 2,000 feet off the ground anywhere in my life.
Okay, we're breaking the smallest cinch. Oh, that's not very much.
3 1/4.
Oh, 3 1/4 is plenty. Oh, it actually broke around the carabiner instead of the bolt, which is funny because the carabiner's a bigger bend radius. This is quite interesting to me because I was climbing Lacero Spire Direct and I was going off to do the 5th pitch, and I was just on a roll. So I was back lean. I was on a rivet hanger or whatever. And I had, I think, the smallest one, maybe from Moses or something, and it came undone under body weight. But what I did was I kind of like partial climbed, clipped it, kind of unclipped everything else, and then sat on a super thin one without having anything below me, without bounce testing it, and without having any gear for like 15, 20 feet. And so it just, I guess it wasn't crimped right or something, and it came undone, and I fell past the anchor and into the corner. And it's very memorable. So bounce test everything if you're going to back clean everything. Anyways, 3-point-something kilonewtons is super good enough. Let's do the next size up. Oh, that's much stronger. And that is what that looks like. And I broke around the bolt. Okay, here's the second butterfly with only one of the eyes clipped. Oh boy, that was less. I've always gravitated towards the butterflies. And I've always clipped one. I've been using my gear half as strong as I could get out of it. Cinch is down enough. I mean, it's not going to come off unless, like, if there's no head, then you'd be more inclined to use a butterfly. All right. Weird. Broke around the carabiner.
7.3.
Cool. I don't like to be around this thing when it gets that much force. Lower than I was expecting, but definitely plenty for a whipper. I mean, most cams are about that anyways. I feel like there was more cable than this.
No, they were short.
Oh, was it short?
Yeah, it was real short.
Wow. So if the Funkness device is made with the same cable thickness, and you can go whack, and it has 0 stretch, obviously, and you're able to transfer the most energy into that piton so you can pull it out, you whack, 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 Funkness device. Time for the drop tower. We've got the tail of the Alfifi there, and then I just have it just hooked on here. We're gonna find out what 300 pounds will do to this thing. Oh, wow. I bet that's all straightened out.
That was a good spark.
So we got Skots adjustable daisy here, and then it right here connected to this carabiner, and we'll just see how this goes. 3, 2, 1. Damn. Kind of fun, kind of scary. Broke the webbing. Everything we've been breaking so far has been the same as the Slacksnet machine, but it's nice to see that it happens in real life in a fall factor 1-ish. Okay, I reshaped this one from the drop tower. Let's see what it does. I mean, maybe I should have moved. Yeah, there were sparks. I blinked. I think that made it safer. Okay, I bypassed the hook, soft shackles in there, and we're gonna break the webbing right there. Broke the webbing in the back of the buckle. The buckle is sticking way up now. That's what webbing looks like when it's broken.
He needs to spell his name correctly. It really bothers me.
Oh, I might put that in the video. Super good enough. If you need Alfifis, rope bags, rivet hangers, or custom stuff regarding buckles and sewing, then go to Scott Wells Gear. If you want to learn big welling, go to bigwells.com. We've got 14 videos A to Z on how to do that, and we're adding to the written portion all the time. It looks like the gum you're chewing right now.
It does.
Anyways, hit the, almost put my eye out, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bonus tests. Scott Richards just sent me the A4, his newest and latest design, where the hook is not welded to the buckle. The hook is part of the buckle. Gets you a little bit closer, and it's way more sleek. This is 304 stainless steel. The ones we've been breaking, the welded ones, were 4130 chromoly. Nothing quite like breaking perfectly good gear that I want. 5.2. Now, if you're top stepping something quite a bit, and then for some reason you fall on this thing, it could straighten out. But I'll tell you what, you want that to happen if that's what happens to you. You don't want more than 5 on your body. Believe me, it hurts. This thing's never supposed to take more than body weight anyway, so 1 or 2 kilonewtons is plenty good enough. The new batch that he's making is going to be 201 stainless, which is 30% stronger than this, which will be probably as strong as the A3s that we were testing earlier. Go check out Scott Richards' store. Go send him love in an email, even if you don't grab anything, because he donated a lot of gear for these tests, and he's doing the Big Wall community a big service. Cheers.